जनाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमोवदन्नाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः। जय रूपा सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ एथै गोसाई करी चरण बंदन जागृति विघ्ननाश अभीष्ट पुरन महाभाव सर्वतम कृष्ण प्रिया वरीयसी ब्रह्म भक्ति प्रदेवी राधिकेतां नमामि। राधे वृंदावनाधीशी करुणामृतवाहिनी कृपया निजपदाब्ज दास्यं मह्यं प्रदीयताम्। वन्दे नन्दव्रजस्त्रीणां पादरेणुमभीक्ष्णसा जटां हरि कथोद्गीतं पुनति भुवनत्रयम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य दयाल प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। बोलो श्री गुरु जी महाराज की जय, गुरु परंपरा की जय, अंत वैष्णव वृंद की जय, सपास गोदरी की जय, गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा संजीव की जय, भक्त विनाश सम्राट नृसिंहदेव की जय, भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, सर्व विश्वदा गिरिराज गोवर्धन जीव की जय, गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जीव की जय, ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय, ब्रजवासी भक्त वृंद की जय, ब्रजेश्वरी मधेश्वरी प्रणेश्वरी श्रीमती राधारणी की जय, ब्रजदेवीगण की जय, स्वामी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदी।
that I've done so much worship my entire life, but I had no gain in any way. I'm still very impoverished and very sorrowful, despite engaging in so much Radhana and Sadhan Bhajans. Whom have I served? So if one works as Sad Bhakti, if one serves on his worthy service, then one will get a worthy fruit of that seva. And if one serves one who is unworthy of that service, then he will get an unworthy fruit. We will only get this asats follow. Therefore, instead of being happy, they'll always be unhappy. They'll be drowning in these anarthas. They cannot even escape from these anarthas. Therefore, one his entire life, even one moment, he engages, he is in the association of sadhu. For even one moment, one is served the sadhus, and if he is in satsanga, and if he follows his orders, then if he tries to follow even a little, then the fruit is so great, cannot even be estimated. It can never end. This fruit can never perish of being in the association of a sadhu and serving him for even less than a moment. So Sukadeva Goswami, he said that, O king, you have served so many sadhus in your kingdom. Maharaj Niga, he gave so much in charity that even the particles of dust in this world could not have been equal to the amount of charity he had given. But what happened in the end? There in Dwarkapuri, he became a lizard in the well. He became a chameleon. Or became an iguana. So in this way, anyhow, he performed this seva satsang. So he gave so much in charity. And because of that, the sadhus, santas, the brahmins, the bhaktas, they all came and they said, "O king, we come to ask something from you." So he said, "If you want anything, wealth, even my kingdom I can give you, just give me the order." He said, "I don't want all these things. I don't want anything that is temporary." "And what do you want?" So just give me one copy of the Bhagavatam. Anyhow, make this arrangement for me to receive a copy of the Bhagavat. I will offer myself to the Bhagavat and I'll spend my life in their service. It means in the service of the Bhaktas. Because Vyasadeva, he has compiled the Bhagavat and he has given it for everyone. In 12 cantos, there are more than 100 histories regarding the lives of Mahabhagavats. The glorification of the Mahabhagavats has been given in these 12 cantos in more than 100 ways. So if one has faith towards these Mahabhagavats in any way, then his life is successful. Or else by serving those who are asat, who are non-devotees, then one will, life after life, he'll be ruined. He will only be rotating in these 8.4 million species of lives. In the cycle of birth and death, he will be entangled. So I was thinking, where can I find this Bhagavat? So in the Grantha Bhagavat, you see the lives of the Bhaktas have been described. So by listening to the glorification of these Bhaktas, by praying to them, And they say, my life will be successful by thinking about them, praying to them. So then Ringa Maharaj took him to the palace and he told the queen that today one devotee has come to our house, so you must feed him. For his happiness, you must give Bhagavad and charity. So the king and the queen, they wrote this Bhagavad, and that time they had to write everything on leaves and make a copy, because that time there was no printer. So they wrote everything on Pujyapad on these leaves, and they gave this Bhagavad in charity. So then that sadhu became very happy, and he blessed the king. You'll get the fruit of giving me this Bhagavad in charity. Means the Priya Bhaktas, by serving the Bhaktas, the fruit that you get, is Bhagavan himself will be happy. He will give his mercy, he will bestow his mercy on you. He blessed him in this way and he left. The king would give so much charity, he would give innumerable cows in charity. So one day, he gave so many cows in charity to Brahman. And this way, he was bringing more cows from the king. And he gave these cows in charity to another Brahmin also. So then the next day in the morning, he gave charity, he continued giving charity to Brahmins. So the first Brahman, although he had many cows, still one of these cows had gone astray. And it entered the group of cows that belonged to another Brahmin. So both of them started fighting and they came to the king. The king folded his hand. He said, it's only one cow. So just take as many cows as you want to serve one cow. Then he said, no, we are not greedy Brahmins. What do you say? We just want that cow back. Give my cow back. And he said, what can I do? This cow has already been given charity to another Brahmin. And he said, alright, just give him this cow back. He told the other Brahmin, you can take as many cows as you want. He said, no, I only want this cow. He was one who is unhappy, he'll always be suffering. He'll never be happy. So if I don't get the cow back, I'll always be suffering. So, if you try for more, then you probably lose this paramartha. And if you even accept less, then still you lose this paramartha, the spiritual advancement. So you should not, even if you get more, even if you get less, you'll only be suffering, crying out, alas, alas, and you lose your spiritual advancement. So first be content with whatever you receive. So this way, the two Brahmins didn't give the cow back. So I only want this back, this cow. In the end, they cursed. So they cursed the king that you're always changing your colors. So you become a chameleon, Girgit. So he became a chameleon, and where did he go fall? Inside a well in Dwarkapuri. Inside the well. So once Krishna's grandsons and sons, small boys, they were playing. And then they had this ball, one small ball. And then there's... So this way, while they were playing, the ball fell inside the well. And the ball fell inside the well then. And then they said, they saw one lizard there inside the well. Then they went and called Krishna. Oh, Baba. So then said, what happened? So then he was thinking, why are they calling me Baba? I used to call Nanda, my father is Baba. Now they're also calling me Baba in Dwarka. So then they said, Baba, you come with us. Even the suckers didn't have that much strength to pull Krishna, but his sons easily pulled him to the well. I said, you see here, what is that? The lizard is always changing its color, this chameleon. It's green, blue, white. And then it becomes red. and shaking its head. And also, because he gives so much in charity, so one who gives in charity in his previous life, then he'll be very fat in this life. He cannot even move his body then, because he given so much in charity in his previous life. So all the fruit has now entered inside his body. And one who's always stealing and you see, one who's always hoarding things, who's always storing things, he'll always be thin. Why? No matter how much he eats, he'll never gain weight. He'll never be fat his entire life. Why? Because he has always taken the things of others. He's made others suffer. So how will he ever be happy? So he'll always be thin. But he had given so much in charity, so he became so fat he got stuck inside the well. So Krishna looked at this chameleon, this lizard, and he started laughing. See the fruit of giving in charity. One who gives in charity, still he gave in charity, but still he didn't know how to respect. He was thinking, I'm giving in charity. You see, if it is meant in your destiny to give in charity, to give something in charity, then you're meant to give it, and someone is meant to receive it. So who are we to say that I'm the giver and he's the receiver? So Krishna is not laughing. He's saying, see, just he gives so much in charity, and see, the fruit of the charity is became so fat, he cannot even move his body anymore. You see, if you go to America there, you see they're all butter pots in America. 300 kilos, 400 kilos, 500 kilos. They cannot even move their bodies. 3 people should lift one arm, another 3 people should lift another arm, another 3 people should lift his legs. You see, even though he eats very less, he eats only little and he drinks little, still he is still a butter pot. Still he cannot move his body, even though he is very young. So he is suffering so much, he cannot even move from one place to another. And one is shouting, and you see another is taking so much protein, he's taking tablets, he's eating very rich food, but still he's always thin. And he cannot, you see, he's a miser, and he's always depressed, he's prone to get angry. Why? Because he has stolen so much, and he has not given anything to others. He's a great miser. And in this life, he's gotten that fruit. At least do something in this life, still he will not do. Even though it may go rotten, still he will not give to anyone. Not give anything to anyone in charity. He has many clothes, but still, you see, he will not wear. It's not meant. You see, even when it's very cold, still he will not put a blanket on his body or a jacket. Therefore, you see, the wealthy person, he has to suffer. But one who's poor, he's always happy. Whatever he gets, he wears. Whatever he has, he eats. But the rich person, he cannot do like the poor person. So in Krishna, what did he do? He touched that chameleon. And immediately he was freed from that curse. And then he did parikrama of Krishna. And he offered many stutis. He prayed. And then he said, I prayed. I served one bhakta and little, and because of the fruit of that seva, Prabhu, you gave me darshan. And I have come here to Dwarkapuri. So I could not become. You have given me so much mercy. You gave me the fruit, serving your bhaktas. And just give this mercy to me, that life after life. That wherever your servants are, your bhaktas are, I can always stay with them and serve them. I don't desire anything else. Param Gurudev, he had one disciple. He used to stay in Junchuda, he used to serve so much. They'd say, come, let's go preaching. Then he'd go. And he'd go play mridanga also. And the whole day he'd be playing one tal, one beat. He didn't know 2 tal, 3 tals. Even he'd play the whole day, but only 1 tal. And if he would cook, he would put water inside eggplant. And then he would fry the eggplant in water. And then he would say, oh, why is this eggplant not being fried? So once, we'd go house to house. So he came back from Kirtan. Then he said, Baba, have you cooked? Then we saw There was nothing inside the pot. There was only water and some eggplants inside. He said, what can I do? I put these eggplants inside this water, and the more water I add, the more they're floating on the surface. Here I've put water inside the entire pot, but still the eggplants are floating on top. So in this way he couldn't cook that eggplant. It was very simple, sadhu. So he thought, once let me go to Braj. I'll go stay in Braj. I'll do bhajan there. So he went 2 months, he came walking all the way from Navdeep to Braj. And he stayed in different places in Braj. And he was thinking, why did I come here? I take Madhukari and I only feed myself. I do Mala Mantra, but what is the fruit in doing this? I haven't served the Bhaktas, and I've left that service and I've come here. And again 2 months he started walking. And he reached Navdeep, and then Param Gurudev asked him, have you attained Siddhi? No. He said, no, Gurudev. I saw there was no one with me. I was only feeding my own self. And I was sleeping, eating. But I wasn't there with the Bhaktas, in the association, serving them. And without being in the association, serving them, life is useless. So therefore I returned back to Navdeep from Vrindavan, from Braj. So and he said, Gurudev, as you wish, I'll do now. But without being in the association of Bhaktas and serving them, I cannot. So then he'd go bhiksha, he'd wash pots, he'd cook. Even if there wouldn't be anyone doing kirtan, he'd do kirtan on himself. After Mangala in Mathura, he'd do kirtan alone. He'd speak Harikatha all alone. And then he'd wash the pots, and then he would start cooking. And then he'd go on bhiksha, he'd return at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So he won't fight with anyone. He didn't have any enemies. So see, that for that person, so in Riga, he was thinking, this person is so fortunate. He asked me for this Bhagavad, and because of giving this Bhagavad to him, I received your darshan. I was thinking, what is there in the Bhagavad? But really now I'm realizing that the Bhagavad is full of the glorification of the Bhaktas. By listening to the glorification of Bhaktas, then I can pray to you now, that I become servant to the servant of your Bhaktas. And now I receive the fruit of giving that Bhagavad to him. Sadhu gave me the blessing. Now I will always pray to you. What Krishna say? He said, go to Golok Vrindavan, Nitya Braj. There are many Mahabhagavats, Bhaktas, you'll find many of them there. Srila Thakur in Saraswati, he says, Krishna, he could have kept him there in Dwarka because Bhaktas are also there. But you see, there's gradation of Bhaktas. They have speciality. They are Bhaktas, they become the dear associates of Bhagavan, but still, they're Nishkinchan, Nakinchan, Nirapeksh, impartial santas. If you want to see them, then you have to go to Braj. They don't want anything. Says Bhagavad Seva, they don't know anything else. They only desire to please Prabhu. Except pleasing their Prabhu, they know nothing else. Once, many Rishi Maharshis, they came to Krishna. We to Dwarka. Deval Harit, Gautam, and so many Rishis, they came there. When Krishna went to Mithila, so many Rishis went with him. If you go to any place, you won't go alone. Krishna said, with the Bhaktas, I cannot remain alive. In Brasha, I have my Pransakas, Priya Narvasakas, and all these Mamashi Rajashis. So how can I have the association? Such Bhaktas and be happy. So Bhagavan desired the association of these Bhaktas. They came and they asked Krishna, if in this world, anywhere, you send me anywhere, I'm not I wish to go to any place you send me, but just give me this blessing that I will not be under the control of my karma. And Krishna, he said, go to Nitya Braj and be with the bhaktas and learn something. Like you see, he sent Uddhav. So Prabhupada is saying, whole life he served. He never spoke lies. He never cheated anyone. He never troubled anyone. He never gave suffering to anyone. But still, why am I suffering so much? From difficulties. Why? And Prabhupada he says, have you ever served Satpurusha, the bhaktas? Only serve the demons, wicked people, boobies, and those are very selfish. Only serve such kind of people. And what is the fruit of serving such kind of people? You see, once a king came to an old lady. So the king, he served this old lady very much, and the old lady blessed him. Oh, you blessed me so nicely. Now I'll give you this blessing that you'll become policeman now. So you see, he was a king, but now the lady is blessing him that he become a policeman. So one will give mercy according to his adhikar, but the bhaktas will not give such blessings. They will only give bhakti. They won't even give mukti. They give bhakti. So Satpurushas. So Prabhupada is saying, we associate with the non-devotees. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit, Sukadeva Goswami, he spoke about the glories of the sadhus so much, and still he was never tired. He explained the gradations of these sadhus, their qualities. From the first canto, he has described the glories of Narada and all the other sadhus. When Narada was born, who was Vyasadeva, who was Sukadeva Goswami. He's given a description of everyone's lives. He's explained about the lives of Dhruva, Prahlad, Chitraketu. So this way, by listening to the bhaktas, their glories, and if one becomes follows them and practices their instructions in their lives, if they try for this, then they will automatically be bathed in this flow of mercy and they'll be pure. And they'll always be happy. They'll always go on this path of advancement. Therefore, when Sanatana Goswami and Mahaprabhu spoke this Sanatana Siksha to him for 2 months when he came there to Vraj, then he came to Mahaprabhu and he said, you've given me so many things day and night, but still I've forgotten I may forget many of these teachings. How can I retain everything that you have spoken? And he said, no. How is this satsanga? If you remember, then these all will again appear in front of you. The non-devotees, they engage in activities unfavorable to devotion. But those are Sat Vyaktis, the devotees, they engage in very virtuous activities. So by go to Vraj, Krishna bless the king, and then everyone will come on the path of your remembrance. I bless you for this. For you see in Bhagavatam, Sanatana Goswami, Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami to go to Vraj and remember the bhaktas there. So they say in Bhagavatam, you see Sanatana Goswami has given the gradation for all the bhaktas in a very detailed way. He's shown the speciality of all the different dhams, the bhaktas, their glories. So Prabhupada is saying that we are not striving to serve the bhaktas. Therefore, we are serving entities and objects separate from the bhaktas. So there is no need to praise such living entities, because they are actually very unfortunate if they don't serve Bhagavan and his bhaktas. What is the fruit of praising such people? Parikshit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami told Parikshit Maharaj that serving the devotees is the door to liberation. Associating with the non-devotees and those who are attached to women is the door, leads to hell. If one serves the Mahat Bhaktas, then the door to liberation is wide open. But what is the door that leads to hell? This is the association of those who are wholly attached to women. That leads to hell. Because one's mind will only go there. Therefore, so what is the fruit? You see there, Parikshit Maharaj put a dead snake on top of this this Rishi's neck. And what is the fruit? You see, he actually insulted him. He didn't serve him. But still, you see, by these blessings of this Rishi, he received the association of Sukadeva Goswami. And although this Rishi's son cursed him, Parikshit, to die in 7 days, still he received the association of all the Rishi Maharshis, headed by Sukadeva Goswami. So one is very unfortunate if he's in associating and serving the non-devotees. If his intelligence is not very nice, and if he has many separate desires separate from serving Krishna, attached to sansar. So by thinking about these people, our vritti, our consciousness will also be like theirs. Then according to the karma, we'll have to taste. So karma phalabhok. See, a tree is known by its tree fruits. Phalena parichayate. So in this way, who have I served my entire life, and the fruit will accordingly come in our hands. If you serve the sadhus, then you get sadvritti, sadgun. You'll always be happy. You always have this sadhu sangha then. Prabhupada is saying there are some people who transgress Guru's orders and are only trying for their own pratishtha. They do many things for this. They say our Guru is very absorbed in bhajan, but he doesn't think about the material world so much. And then I'll open a dharmashala, I'll give in charity, I'll give food and water in charity. The Guruji has not done all these things. So I'll do many things that Guruji has not done. But what will be the fruit? So one, he shows himself to be very courageous. But then what is the fruit of such false courage? He loses his bhakti, he loses his bhakta seva, and he's also associating with all these debauchees, womanizers, demons. If they get Bhagavad Prasad, or this Bhagavad Katamrit, this Bhagavad Kirtan, then they'd be benefited. But we arranged everything for their sense enjoyment, gratification, and as a result, one, it transgresses the orders of Guru, is deprived of Guru's blessings, and he becomes overly courageous and brave, and his consciousness becomes very hard and devoid of the rasa, becomes very dry, becomes like wood, dry like wood, and becomes very harsh, and it speaks very, you see the karmis, they work very hard, and they're always shouting so much, and they become very angry, and they don't even know what they're saying themselves, because karma, you see, karma, the money earned by karma, very difficult to earn money, and it's very difficult to even spend that money that one has earned. This is the unfortunate condition of the karmis. But the bhaktas are not like this. By serving the bhaktas, consciousness is suffused with the Saraswati, becomes very humble, very gentle, and becomes full of all good qualities. He will not complain, and it will not seem that his head is exploding. It seems that his skull is going to break open. Why? He thinks, oh, I'm very brave. Without me, these things cannot happen. I'm doing everything. Say, it is great fortune that the bhaktas have engaged us in service. Or else where would I be? I'd be a slave of Maya, I'd be serving Maya. So Prabhupada is saying that why be so brave? Then you see the fruit will be very undesirable. Then you'll jump into this ocean of suffering. You have accepted wicked people to be your dear friends. And so who will suffer for this act? You yourself. For Bhaktivinoda Thakur is written. Sometimes people they give so much charity like food, medicine, clothes. But still if one gives a little to a sadhu, then that is his great fortune. Then he'll get sukriti. But it is very difficult to have such sukriti by just giving charity to ordinary people. Like you see Bali Maharaj, he gave so much charity. And Vamandev himself came there to accept charity from him. And what did he do? He always kept him with him. And what did he say? Bali Maharaj, he said, oh Prabhu, you gave me everything. It's very nice. But let me also pray for something. Let me also ask something from you. You accepted me. But still give me something also. So what do you want? May you always stay with me, remain with me. May you never leave me. Because you may accept someone, but you can also reject that person. Srila Gramacharya sent one of his disciples to serve in a Grihastha's house. Saying, go wash pots, bring water for her, cook there, massage her in-laws. And you see, Shiv Thakur is also very intelligent. What does he do? He engages everyone in seva. So they say, Bali Maharaj, he asked Vamandev, he questioned him, that since you have accepted me, you should also listen to what I have to say. You'll have to be my sentry, my gatekeeper in this kingdom. Morning, afternoon, night, you should always be there. I'll make a singhasan for you on top of this door, on every gate, and you'll have to be sitting there. And you should stretch your legs out. And say, as we exit every entry, then your foot dust will fall on our heads. And then this way, every time I'm leaving my palace, I always see you. I'll have your darshan. Or else, I may do anything independently. Therefore, if I'm eating, I'll just see you and I'll eat something. If I'm wearing something, I'll see you and I'll cover myself. Anywhere I go, I'll only look at you and I'll do that. I'll never act independently. Therefore, to accept someone as your master, as your Swami, as your Prabhu, then it is a matter of great fortune. But not wicked people. You should not accept wicked people as your Swami or Prabhu. And Prabhupada is saying, the next day that the Dikshit Bhaktas, initiated Bhaktas, they will, is there a rule that they should offer Shraddha to their parents? So Prabhupada is saying, those who are initiated, who have taken shelter of the holy name, then after 10 days, if someone has passed away, then after 10 days, on the 11th day, they should offer Mahaprasad to their deceased to the deceased relatives who died, and they say serve the bhaktas, the Brahmins. And if one doesn't chant Harinam, if he's not initiated, then what will that person do? And then they will do this shad. They'll offer something to the forefathers. And what if all relatives, family members are smartas and impure? So if they lose their parents, then should they offer shad like the smartas that the orthodox brahmanas say no. Bhaktas have accepted Mahaprasad their entire lives. Therefore they should also offer Mahaprasad to their ancestors or to the near and dear ones who have died. By following the smartas and offering Pindadan, this will not do. Don't do this. Only offer Mahaprasad. Why should we never think of the Bhagavad Bhaktas? We should never offer Shad Tarpan to the Bhagavad Bhaktas. This is the vichar of the Sutras. That for 13 days they will be in a state of lamentation. They'll eat once a day, they will not accept Mahaprasad. And they'll offer Shad to the ghosts. And they'll offer unoffered food to their ancestors. This is not appropriate for the Bhaktas. For 10 days, after 10 days on the 11th day, they will offer this Mahaprasad and serve the Bhaktas. The 11th day after the death of their relatives. So Prabhupada is saying, if you have a desire to do bhakti, then to do bhajan, then for satsang, then at that time, because the body and mind, they're material, they cannot experience or grasp a prakrit vastu, the transcendental realm. This is beyond their reach. And therefore they don't find any taste in practicing bhakti. They don't have any ruchi. At that time they're always fighting. They're fighting with their body, with their minds. They're always unhappy. They say everyone is opposing them. They don't let them do Hari Seva. Even when they start chanting mantras, they fall asleep. When they go to Saraswati, then someone or they'll fight with them. And one will go for Hari Kirtan, then someone will insult them. Then this is not favorable for us, pleasurable for us. So Prabhupada is saying, learn to tolerate. Now is not time. You should learn to go according to Bhagavan's desire. This is tapasya, this is sadhana. Then you are on the proper path. That we be fixed on this proper path of devotion. And even if our senses are unfavorable, and the mind is unfavorable, still, by the mercy of God Hari and the bhaktas, gradually your sanskar sukriti will be strengthened and everything will become favorable for you, favorable for the cultivation of Navada Bhakti. So Prabhupada is saying, milk is white and she has chuna. There's some, if you see this white powder, that also looks white, but do they act the same? No, milk is entirely different from this powder. Similarly, one may put tilak on, kanti, may dress as a sadhu, but just by seeing him, He may even behave like a sadhu, he may speak very sweetly, and he makes everyone happy. But Prabhupada is saying that you must check to see if you see that what he's practicing, what he's preaching is entirely different from what he's practicing. Therefore, milk and buttermilk are not the same. Buttermilk is very diluted. They look white, but they look the same, but they're entirely different. Similarly, the bhaktas don't have this, they're not detached and renounced, if they're only trying to enjoy, like the bogis. And they become absorbed in such bhoga. And if they offer all their selves, their very selves and all things in the service of Bhagavan as bhaktas, then they will be guilty of all these different faults of possessing faulty knowledge, engaging in wicked activities. All these different faults will enter inside them and ruin them. And sometimes by sanskar sukriti they would have advanced little, but then because of accepting everything for their own enjoyment, then they gradually fall away. They accept everything in their own seva, and as a result of such behaving in such a way, then they fall into greater and greater depths of hell. Then they cannot even escape from that. They're entangled. So one should be far from mundane things. You may get mundane followers, you may get many followers, but still always be thinking, always be in the association of Premananda, of Guru Varga, your dearmost friends, always be in their association, the association of Bhagavan himself. So if we leave our Guru Varga and go to another person who is falsely possessing to be a sadhu, then that person will steal away from the Guru Varga and also make us an enjoyer like himself. He makes some excuses. See Jagadananda Pandit, he came to Mahaprabhu, he made a nice pillow, nice bed, a nice quilt for Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, on seeing them, he told Govinda, throw everything away. Then anyhow, he bought some banana leaves, and then he put these banana leaves inside Mahaprabhu's very vast outer cloth. And then Mahaprabhu, he said, this Jagadananda, he desires that I become a Dari sannyasi. Dari sannyasi means an imposter. So slowly, gradually he'll start bringing me these pillows, beds, and he'll bring a bed. Therefore, Prabhupada is saying, you should not think of satsang only to mean people. Even those things that are unrelated to Krishna, they are also satsang, because they are the objects of your sense. And if something naturally comes to you, then you should not think that I have strived to achieve it, to attain it. Think of this as Bhagavan's mercy. Therefore, what is one of the symptoms of a Krishna Bhakta? On the opposite path of Bhakti. They have no renunciation, they have not performed austerities, they haven't practiced anything in their own lives. So they say, well, how can they be praised? But don't criticize them also. Don't even remember them, or else they'll call treason into your heart. If you see them, don't discuss about their lives. Or else if you criticize them and you're also remembering them, then they're entering your hearts. Day and night you're only remembering, oh, this follower of Kali, then you also become follower of Kali. See, one person is only thinking about eggplants, frying them, then he becomes an eggplant himself. So if one comes to Hari Bhajan, then what does he do? Then rather than doing Hari Bhajan, he's always criticizing others. or praising others. And they say, don't bring him on the path of your remembrance. For those who are coming to the Mat temple, then at all times, they should have faith in Bhagavan. Except for the Bhagavan Bhaktas, except for Bhagavan and his Bhaktas, don't have place for anyone else in your heart. Because life after life, so many people have occupied our hearts. They have made our hearts their residences. And we cannot make them leave. Rather than making them leave, we're letting more people enter our hearts. And then so they're all entering our hearts, many more people. So I should not do this. At all times you must think of Bhagavan. How can you know who the Hari Bhakta is? Just by remembering Hari Bhakta, you remember Sri Hari himself. By being the association Hari Bhakta, you'll have Ruchi for service of Sri Hari. By seeing them, by touching their feet, by their association, naturally you will have a tendency for Bhagavad Seva, Bhagavad Kirtan, Bhagavad Nam, Bhagavad Dham. You'll have Ruchi for all these things. Your mind will be changed. Therefore, don't have any, then you'll only have Abhiman. You'll also become proud like them. Surrendered. Our mind, our body is everything. Bhagavan is examining us. He is seeing us. How is he engaging himself? What? How is he absorbing himself? If we become a slave to the mind, body, senses, then Prabhu is very far away from us. And we are cheated. So don't be a slave of anyone. I think now I will go to bhajan, bhakti bhajan. On my own, I'll go on a Vraj Yatra. Then what will happen? If there is no desire of Bhagavan, then after 2 days you leave Vraj. Now Jagannatha Prabhu is leaving Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu said, go to Vrindavan, but don't stay there for long. And don't climb on Govardhan to see Gopal. Don't stay in Vrindavan for long. Immediately return. And don't climb Govardhan to have darshan of Gopal. So we may do things according to our own desire. But if you go everywhere, at least if you go to Vraj, you should have this Vraj darshan. So Bhakta came with a big group to have darshan of Banki Bihari. And they said, just see, he's Bhagavan himself, Bihari, Banki Bihari ji. Then they asked an old man, do you see him? He said, oh, I don't see Bhagavan here. Then the old man, he said, no, there in my village, I had a nice field, so many cows, calves, I had such nice plants, trees, but now you brought me in front of this stone, and you're making me see this stone sculpture. So, see, how is he helping me? Just by seeing him, how will I be fed? How will I be maintained? Why you brought me from my village? And why are you making me see this? But he's still absorbed in his own misconceptions. So, Prabhupada is saying, this Vrajyatra should be favorable. First Krishna Anushilan. If it is unfavorable, if Bhagavan doesn't desire, and still as Anadhikaris, what will we do? So Prabhupada is saying that is month of Chaitra. It was my desire to go to Mathura. But it is very hot there. Then I thought I'll go in the month of Ashwin in September. But it wasn't Krishna's desire. So I couldn't go there. So how can I act according? How can I act against his desire? Whatever he desires will happen. My body, mind, soul, I only surrender and offer to him. So as he desires, I shall act. I will act.
Dhara Mahima Premananda Sima Jagate Janato Jagate Janato Gauranga Nahita Tameki Haita Vimane Dharitante Radha Mahima Prema Rasa